On the evening of August 25, 1951, a series of mysterious lights were observed in the sky above Lubbock, Texas. This event became known as the Lubbock Lights. There were many witnesses, including residents and faculty from Texas Tech University, and became one of the most intriguing UFO sightings of the 1950s. Around 9 p.m. on the evening of August 25th, 3 students from Texas Tech University were sitting outside when they noticed a formation of bright lights moving across the sky. These students at first believed the lights might be part of a passing aircraft, but as the formation continued to move silently across the sky, they realized that it was something unusual. They described the lights as peculiar flashing lights and being arranged in a V-shape, similar to how birds might fly in formation. The students watched the phenomenon for several minutes, and after it disappeared, they ran to alert others and quickly retrieved cameras to capture any future sightings. Later that evening, Carl Hart Jr., an engineering professor at Texas Tech, also witnessed the lights from his home. Using his 35mm Kodak camera, he was able to take several photographs of the lights as they passed overhead. Hart's photographs showed what appeared to be 6 or 7 lights in a row arranged in a V-shaped formation, visible against the darkening sky. He had these photos developed and sold them to the Lubbock Avalanche Journal for $10. The following morning, the Lubbock Avalanche Journal newspaper ran a story about the unusual sighting. The article was based on interviews with the initial witnesses, including the Texas Tech students and Carl Hart. The story quickly attracted additional reports from other residents of Lubbock who had also seen the lights on the same evening. More witnesses came forward, including additional Texas Tech faculty members who described seeing the same formation of lights. They reported that the lights were very bright, with no sound emanating from them, and that they moved in a steady, direct path across the sky. Some observers noted that the lights seemed to reflect on the ground below, illuminating it in a way that suggested they were not distant stars or conventional aircraft. In the following days, additional sightings of lights in the same V formation were reported in the area. However, these reports were less well documented than the original sightings, and the lights did not appear with the same intensity or duration. The Lubbock Lights were investigated by Lieutenant Edward J. Ruppelt as part of Project Grudge, which was later renamed Project Blue Book. An official inquiry was launched into the incident, focusing on the photographs and witness testimonies. The Air Force conducted interviews with several of the witnesses and examined the photographs taken by Carl Hart. They also considered potential explanations for the lights, such as weather balloons, aircraft, or atmospheric phenomena. However, they found no conclusive evidence to support these theories. The official Air Force report suggested that the lights might have been a formation of migrating birds, reflecting light from nearby streetlights. The theory was that the birds, flying at high altitude, reflected the artificial lights from the ground below, creating the appearance of unusual lights in the sky. However, many witnesses, including the photographer Carl Hart, rejected this explanation, stating that the lights appeared to be much brighter than any reflection that could come from birds. Hart, in particular, maintained that the photographs were genuine and that they showed something other than birds or conventional aircraft. Despite the official explanation, the Lubbock Lights remained a subject of fascination and speculation for many. The case drew attention not only because of the impressive photographic evidence, but also because of the credibility of the witnesses. The incident also contributed to the broader UFO phenomenon that was gaining momentum in the late 1950s, a time when sightings of strange objects in the sky were becoming increasingly common. The Lubbock Lights would go on to become one of the most well-known UFO incidents of the era, especially because of the photographic evidence that accompanied it. Although the Air Force report suggested a natural explanation, the mystery of the Lubbock Lights remains unsolved to this day. Some UFO enthusiasts continue to consider the incident as evidence of extraterrestrial activity, while skeptics point to the possible misinterpretation of natural phenomena. The photographs of the Lubbock Lights continue to be a point of discussion, and the case remains one of the most significant UFO encounters of the 1950s. The Lubbock Lights incident has continued to be an important case in the history of UFO sightings. It remains one of the earliest examples of a widely publicized UFO event that featured photographic evidence and an official investigation by the U.S. Air Force. Despite the explanations offered, the case has never been definitively solved, and the Lubbock Lights continue to be a notable mystery in UFO lore.